But, you know, as I sat in the bar, like, fucking, I probably did, like, 15 Boilermakers with my bros and fucking among. I was like, I mean, holy, my liver is bigger than your liver. I started drinking when I was 5 years old, and, I took several years breaks. I was a fucking, I was a high level fucking blah, blah. I don't even give a fuck about high level nothing, because in all honesty, I'm the creator. I created you, but I didn't give you free will for you to not live your own life, because, I just want to live mine, motherfuckers. Even as the creator, I want to live my own
That
life.
bitch belch like a stinking hog. That's right.
I do what I feel like doing. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to set no example to beings I created. I created every single one of you. I created it intoxication. You know? You see me with worse injuries that I got from backyard fighting. But there's supposed to be a payout for every fight. For every guy. $3,500. And I've never been knocked out. Right now I'm owed, hold on, 3 times 9 is, a lot of money. I'm owed a lot of money right now. I am owed a lot of money right now. I'm owed a lot of money right now, though. Like, a lot of money. Like, you better fucking pay up, motherfucker. Or, you ever felt Wraith? Wraith is a ghost, a heavenly exposure, Wraith, the Wraith of God. It would be the Holy Ghost. I could crank the music up, or I could sit here and fucking talk about stuff that most beings wouldn't even be able to assimilate. That's the plight of God, God just has to wander around with his boring, foolish flock. Pretend he's one of these mortals. I gotta walk around and pretend I'm like, I'm a being. Okay, holy fuck. You know how embarrassing this is for me, in all honesty? Fuck. I'm Wraith. I'm a Wraith. And whatever, it doesn't really matter. It just means I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. they really, like, they can't stand the fact that I've mastered the art of the verbalization, so that the consummation of the ratification of the dedication could be correctly emancipated in the correct terminology of the aspect of the terminology of aspects, pretenses. It's like, when you go through all the planets and you're like Neptune and Mercury, and then you come to Venus and you hear that little voice that's like, you're making it up as you go along, and it's like, no, I'm not, because really the verbalization of the 14th state, it's the etheric state of matter, let's say 3 strike 25 to life terminology, let's say, how would I say this? Let's say it's a pretense. Let's say, I'm just like talking about, like, they don't let that go. Okay. When you got confirms and systems under pseudonyms, but there's no aspect, because really in relation, and I'm saying, like, confirm nothing, because because what's a confirm? Nothing, because a confirm's a computer flaw by some doofus in a computer that doesn't know how to punch in the buttons right, and they accidentally give you a mistake on your flaw list. It's not. I mean, in all honesty, there is no innocent till proven guilty in a court system of law, given a system. And they tell you, some poor people, like, guys with tattoos on their face, cool hats and, cool neck tattoos get pulled over and, for some fucking reason in their system, when they pull you over, they're supposed to call fucking 4 or 5 squad for backup. And, what I tell you, I could walk around with 1,000 cuts on my face. I could still go out to any bar and I'd walk out with any chick I wanted because everybody knows me. Everybody knows me. Like, everybody knows me around, and those who didn't know me got a false concept of, what and was not possible. And then they got disorientated when they realized that, maybe I'm a little bit more intellectual and like better at conversation or something like that. And I'm gonna be nice because I'm not getting any more strikes on this channel, because this channel's it's been pretty fancy, and I'm not really like backing up anymore. I don't even give a shit anymore, because I've had probably, how many channels have I had taken down? 500. 509. So I mean, I've been on YouTube since the beginning. Like, I got visited by, agents and stuff on picnic table. Pindar. You don't know what's a Pindar? I mean, I'm Pindar. I'm Pindar. Hey, I'm just gonna get any guy so I don't look like a lesbo on my channel, and I'm gonna pretend this guy Kyle is my boyfriend, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm not a tranny amphibian lesboid, and that you're weird, and I mean it's okay to be weird, but not Gregor kind of weird. So he doesn't do anything. I mean, come on there, pedo boy. Come on, Geppetto. Show your face. Let's see your tensions, and let's see your style. Let's see, who's throwing away stuff and trash you're wearing this year for this year's wardrobe. Those little chains that you wear come in like the fucking dollar store. I mean, you're wearing a magnetic bracelet and you're still limping around in your video. What the fuck is wrong with you? No wonder you don't show your face. I could cut my whole face off and I'll still show my face. That's the difference between me and you. I got a face to show. You're faceless. Why are you faceless? You on Florida's most wanted list again, pedo? Arya Dwood was talking about that woman and the court case. He's actually talking about himself and his own mother, Patty H. And how they're trying to get married. And, Arya, Porno Beast, is trying to get married to his own mom, Patty H. He had that weird... I mean, I'm not even talking about those guys. Like, honestly, to talk about such low-level, disgusting beings is making me nauseous. To talk about these things is, just making me feel not good. I'm just kidding. I'm not really. I'm just kidding, but kind of not really. I'm kidding a little bit, but I'm not really kidding. Fine, I like E.A. Keating is cooler than J.S. Garrett. J.S. Garrett, come on, man. You're kind of a complainer. I mean, come on. You're kind of a tiny... Like, come on, bro. Admit it. You're, like, this much of a whiner. Come on.
I tell that bitch my strap in my Bible. A nigga tryna run up in his crib for a viral. DJ Fresh, DJ Fresh, DJ Fresh.
By the way, chicken feet curses don't work. Spirits don't do what you say just because you tell them what to do. Okay, I control Legion, you leeches. If I subscribe to you, it's a fucking honor and a privilege. You know, when it comes to the context of verbalarity with the Aphrium for the context of the generic assimilation, it's really fucking abhorrent when it comes to beings like Devin, Elon, Magi, and, you know, Aphrodite, Rose, Starfire. I mean, you're still calling on Yalbadoth and Sophia. I mean, okay, Rosie Christian. Have fun with the Church of Scientology branch off, which literally fucking binds you to a weird-ass contract. I mean, you guys are so generically predispositioned to suckle on the teat of any garbage verbatim out there. It's disgusting. You know, it's funny watching irrelevant beings trying to mock me with fucking stupid banter on comments. It's, in all honesty, your life ain't worth 2 grains of sand. I don't care. You guys can comment whatever you want. If you were sitting in front of me, you'd beg for your life. That's the fact of the matter. You'd beg for your life, and you know what I'd do to you? You ever seen that scene, you know, Jack drops the big rock on Piggy's head? I mean, from the Lost, what was it? Lord of the Flies, I guess. You know, and, you know, Piggy always got the big boulder in the noggin because he was so stupid and mouthy, you know. There's only a few Masons that aren't going to get eaten. Only a few. You can try to make all the fake accounts you want, and it doesn't matter. You're gonna get the holy death, you POS corpse. You wait. You're gonna get the holy death. And when the Dracs come to break your neck, which they're gonna do, you're gonna get probably 20 agents coming to your home. They're gonna escort you out of your home, and they're gonna make sure you get your neck cracked like you deserve, and you won't be laughing anymore. You're a piece of garbage. You always have been. You're a waste of skin. Because they knew you were a pedophile. And it in all honesty, it's embarrassing that you were ever created. Come on. You want to let me off? You want to call me Satan? I mean, I'm the god of Satan. Why would you call me Satan? It's like calling me, I don't know, fucking a generic form of Lego. I mean, fuck, I'm so fucking hard body, it's not even funny. But You don't understand that I've always been from a higher dimension and you're in a lower dimension. And for some reason you thought it was entertaining to mock me, and in all honesty, the horse had tears in its eyes. I felt so bad for the... You ever seen a horse with fucking deer flies and fucking horse flies in its eye? They got tears in its eyes too there. You patchouli bio non-washing item. I'm the god of the Pleiades, god or whatever. Like, hey, look at your stars. What do you think your stars are? You think your stars are, oh, they're just gases? No, they're not. Every being that's living or existed has a star, and a lot of their stars are fixated in the firmament, and their star never moved. Fuck, you know, and it's because I got a real life outside of this. I mean, I created you, whatever, but just because I created you doesn't mean I'm gonna take care of every single one of you retards. And I don't even give a fuck. Some of you are like, oh, how does a creator not know everybody? Because your creator is a bit of a snob and doesn't give a fuck about everybody. I don't give a fuck about everybody. I don't care about everybody. I don't fucking care if you fucking drive yourself into fucking barriers at fucking 100 kilometers an hour. They say SSP, Super Soldier Program. It's not, SSP doesn't stand for Super Soldier Program. It's Secret Space Program. So what is space? Space is area confined. Confined. I took on the best number one. I took on the number one. I took on the number one fucking Marine Corp Captain and the number one Naval SEAL and it's not like, oh, I took them on. That has nothing to do with that. It's more so a trial of endurance is what that comes down to. And in all honesty, you ever seen Ferdinand the Bull? That old, you know, that old Walt Disney cartoon, but not the movie, not whatever. Just I'm talking about the old cartoon, you know, and you know that'd be about the same aspect, because, you know, as them trying to portray themselves as the matador inside the Colosseum. You know, they have no strength, and they're not as powerful as me, and they're not as mean as me, and, you know, they should just shut the fuck up, or every single one of them are gonna wind up with a fucking giant, you know, plasma torch in their noggin, and most of these dudes were coming from Colorado. And in all honesty, you're not Canadian. You know, your entire CIA is nothing. Just because of who my real family is. CIA, you stand for Covenant of Infiltrated Assholes. Is what that shit stands for. The FBI, you know, in your country it means fucking bigot idiots. FBI in my island means fucking big Indian. More beings that are willing to do the right thing, which is defy you and any group of authority that thinks you're more powerful than life, because you're not. You're not more powerful than life. You're not more powerful than life. And most of you CIA gays, CIA, whatever you fags are homos, because you spend so much time at your goofy ass job that you lose your wife and she starts screwing the mailman and the milkman or the next door neighbor or You know, the young guy across the street that starts banting an eyelash at her because you're narcs. God hates narcs. God knows everything. I'm God. You know, am I God the all everything? Well, yeah, I am. In the higher dimension, I am. But down here, am I God? Yeah, I still am. But in all honesty, I don't give a fuck about the majority of you. I think majority of you are little and insignificant and trying to portray themselves to be something that they're not. Like a douchebag goof that's got to hide behind some sort of image that isn't even their own. You talk to them and literally their breath smells like curdled milk. And you're like, why am I even talking to this fucking weirdo? It smells like... I mean, a lot of you weirdos don't really know what the fuck life is all about. You don't. You don't understand it. You don't understand much. If you died and came up... If you died tomorrow and everything was exactly the same but a little bit different, would you be able to tell the difference? Me, I only got what? I got what, 120 subscribers or something like that. I don't even know how many subscribers I have, but I got like what? You know, I got 100,000 views. You know, for my 100 subscribers I have. And I don't even care, like, because I'll get views no matter what, because I'm interesting. You're not very demonic, or at least, Stuart, I gotta tell you that. You're not. You're not demonic. Your incantations don't bring on anything. Your little side readings aren't worth 4 pennies. And I'd flick a quarter at your noggin if you gave me an insignificant reading, and I'd say, bitch, give me back my fucking money and fucking you take me out for fucking lunch, or I'm gonna take your fucking shoes. You know, because you usually wear Doc Martens, Fluvogs. I don't even know who you are. Who are you? You're nobody on YouTube. You weren't around back in the day when I first started YouTube. Talking about the Black Dragon. I'd slap the shit out of both of you in all honesty, and physical, metaphysical, anything you guys want to do. And I look way younger than both of you put together. I'm way more powerful. I have demonic abilities without even fucking invoking anything. I don't have to invoke nothing. Oh, look, you guys are sitting there. You sit there and you light a candle and you do this. Shut the fuck up, you fucking squat and nobodies. I mean, you guys are dum-dums. You know, dummies. If I wanted to kill somebody, I could have it done, is what this old man says to me. I just was like, holy fuck. You know, this old man with a big old bald cantaloupe head, with no bulletproof helmet, just saying weird stuff to God. And I decided that, you know, his testicles were no longer useful to humanity. And I don't think that you really understand the complications of saying that you talked to the Black Dragon. And you didn't. You didn't talk to no Black Dragon. You talked to that little weird half-pint looking minion that had a mullet and glasses that looked like the anus of the mentally retarded. Feces eating, wannabe, hey, I'll set a windmill up on my property and I'll try to get free electricity. Stupid, shoot me for having illegal power in America. Whammerdam. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Why are you still on YouTube? Just like Greiker. Greiker is going to be another homicide coming up in the 6 o'clock news. Actually, I'll make sure he makes the 5 p.m. news. And you watch what happens when Greiker gets rickrocked the way he's supposed to, because he's already subject for public execution. You are Greiker. What's going to happen? Go up in your blinds, Greiker. Go up in your blinds. Go up in... You'll see the same thing. That evil reflection saw the same thing. You know, the last words Greiker are gonna say is he's gonna realize when a bunch of guys show up in really expensive vehicles in suits and ties looking all official, and all of a sudden fucking the last one that gets out is me. You're gonna realize on that very day it'll be your final breath. On Greiker's family, lineage, his life, his mom, his dad, his brother, he says he has kids. He has no more kids. Greiker, I mean, you keep making videos about me and tagging me in your little garbage pedophile channel. You're a pedophile, Greiker. You're a pedophile. Everybody knows you're a pedophile. Even the ones you were given that secret police information to knows you're a pedophile, so you're under investigation. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You're actually making me just get this over with quicker. Keep it up, Greiker. Keep it up, Greiker. You think it's funny? You wear an adult diaper because your anal gland's been sodomized so many times that you can't even take a proper bowel movement. The only, I hate the UFC. UFC is so dumb. It's one of the, honestly, it's like a pussy sport for fashion groomers that, in all honesty, maybe some of them got whatever, but the majority of them never been in a street fight. The only UFC fighter I ever liked is Nate Diaz. I don't even like Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is a big-nosed retard mouth breather compared to Nate Diaz. But, he'd be about the only rational thinker that I can see in the entire UFC that could just literally laugh at his fool-ass, dumbass opponent and know he's going to pick him apart. The only one. I don't care what the rest of you goofs say. You guys are nothing. Nick Diaz sounds like a retard when he talks to us. At least Nate Diaz can sit there and fucking speak afterwards. And Nick Diaz like, he sounds like a fucking dumbass monkey with stupid curly gross hair from, some sort of Aboriginal jungle. See that, Scar? Yeah, that one was deep. The one rat. How many of you have had over 1,000 contusions to the noggin? I bet some of you were scared when your mom came after you with the whipping spoon. And, that's like the majority of you simpleton, pliable, jello-minded saps. That book of life you read is my book. That's my book. My book of life. I received a tougher beating at 3 years old than I received at beatings at this stage in my life. You sentenced to death corpses don't understand, but you'll understand that soon enough. You want to cage fight me? $3,500 and leave your shoes at the entranceway. I'll fight anybody for $3,500. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Just bring the money and bring it to my barbed wire compound. And when you enter the lion's den, you're going to leave your shoes on the outside. And after I knock you unconscious and take your $3,500, I'm going to take your shoes. I don't give a fuck what weight class you think you're in. I'll fuck you up. I'm going in all honesty, I won't even say anything. You can say whatever you want. But that $3,500 is all I want. And your fucking stankin' ass shoes, you disgusting rodent. And I'll post it on the Ethernet. Greiker, the reject, it's not even Greiker. It's that idiot Chris Michael Thompson trying to come across as Greiker. Greiker's a loser. But also Chris Michael Thompson, Omnieris, made a Greiker channel. Same with Evil Reflection. You guys are Do you guys realize how 20th century your brains work? I mean, I'm here literally ready to collapse your aorta valve, and you're sitting here trying to make stupid videos about me. You know, nobody's been in more maximum security facilities than me. You know, I got border guards that are friends. I got so many allies that literally into a gainful family type environment, and they all say the same thing. And it's like, you guys are on the outs. And you guys doing your mock videos about me because you can't be me, because you have little wieners, you guys have little clitorises, you guys are hermaphrodites, you guys are trannies, you guys are on the transhuman agenda, which is the transgender human agenda. Has nothing to do with bionics or anything like that. And you guys don't have the circumference for the arm length to do a proper wipe unless you're wiping forwards. And if you're wiping forwards, that means that, you know, you're always wiping into the little eunuch device that the Lord made you prostate himself with, which is a tiny little embarrassment. I mean, come on, guys. You know, I did videos before I got that channel deleted. I mean, you know, and you guys saw the size of my erectile function. I mean, in a video. I mean, I posted it on YouTube for all to see, and then, you know, evil reflection couldn't handle the fact that mine's like, it's like, what is this? I'm bigger in person. You know, I'm 6'5" when I stand up straight. You know, I'm 6'4.5" when I sit there and I slouch with a swag, and I'm 6'5" when I stand up full. And I'd turn you into literal bone fragments, woman. I would literally, because what I do, I'm ruthless, and especially for other retards that don't know how to fight, I'm pretty brutal. Not too many dudes know how to fight nowadays. Anybody tough, I already fought back in the day, and number one, I either kicked the crap out of them, or they brought in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 dudes, and they laid the boots to me, and then I got them back within 4.5 months. Every single one of them paid, and they realized that there's a price for even thinking that you could touch something so beautiful as me, because, you know, I mean, like, let's admit it, swooning over me, you males would still want to be me. I mean, let's admit it. Let's admit it. Because the majority of you are failures, and you look weird, and you wear black socks with sandals at public events with shorts, and you still think you're relevant when you're not. You had a fashion faux pas day, and, you know, I got certain ones that, you know, thought they had me pro-analyzed in a certain sort of spectrum, which is kind of funny because, I mean, they're a bunch of fags. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a homo, whatever you want to call it, whatever this thing is that likes male bums and companionship instead of a female. I mean, hey, go do your weird ass thing. I don't care what you. I mean, hey, just, you know, leave little kids alone and don't be weird with it, and, you know, keep it under the. You know, I mean, maybe you won't be scrutinized for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those beings, just don't do it around me. You know? You know? Otherwise, I mean, hey. I mean, do you know where I came from? I mean, before American History X movie even came to fruition. Before that, American History X, Edward Furlong, what was the other guy's name? I never thought he was a good actor, Edward Norton. I mean, he was the same in every role. Although he did look kind of cool with those big swastikas coming up on his pecs and, squash and that colored man's noggin into the ground. The respectable one, because I come from a family, I mean, we're living in this fucking, like, frontier nice and, wooden house with a big-ass porch, big fucking log porch and the whole 9 yards, and, I didn't give a fuck who anybody was. Neither was my dad. I mean, my dad fucking literally came at some of them with a fucking chainsaw and a fucking jerry can of gas ready to light them on fire for fucking trying to come on our property and fucking set up a little fucking goofy-ass faggot tent while they were having some sort of fucking guy gets released from prison shit, and my dad got angry and he fucking pulls out the big fucking chainsaw and he fucking pulls out the jerry can of gas and he starts fucking getting ready. At least they're like, what are you doing? My dad's fucking pouring gas on their fucking tent, and he goes, you got about 10 seconds to get out of here. And they started swearing at him, and he just fucking turns on that fucking chainsaw and he fucking starts setting that bar up. He had his fucking hard out on, and he puts his earmuffs on, and he starts fucking squalling that shit out. Took them about 10 seconds to get that fucking tent off our fucking property. And, I remember they had their one little guy that just got out of prison, and fucking, my dad's over there after, like, they invite, oh, come by for a beer. So then my dad's getting acquainted with these guys sitting there fucking having a beer with them. They used to let me, like, because I'd tag along as a little kid. I'm, like, fucking roaming around. There's all these chicks hanging out with their fucking shirts off. And fucking, I mean, I'm not even joking, okay? This is, like, fucking full-on biker parties. So my fucking dad's sitting there. And this guy's sitting there looking at my dad. And I don't know what happened. This guy just got out of jail. Ended up biting my dad. He ended up fucking trying his fucking shoulder, and my dad just fucking grabbed him by the fucking throat and literally picked him up by his fucking head, slammed him on the fucking ground, knocked him unconscious in front of all of his friends. And little guy gets up a couple minutes later, and he's all like sitting there, and he looks at my dad, and he realizes, like, my dad will just kill you, like, fucking literally, he'll kill you. And fucking he runs over to his other guy that's supposed to be, next tough guy, and ends up fucking sitting there getting in a squall with him. And it's funny because it's like, what, stuff I raised up. I mean, I was raised to in fucking suits and ties, and I mean, fuck, I think at 9 years old I had probably 200 people. I stood up on a fucking podium and gave them all a fucking talk. At 9 years old, I'm in a suit and tie. And I gave everybody fucking talk. Everybody fucking claps, gives me a big standing ovation. And the retards, like some of the other feeble-minded ones on YouTube, I mean, in all honesty, anybody speaking my name in a negative is never going to be resurrected ever again in any lifetime. So keep it up. Keep trying to make yourself relevant by saying the creator's name. If you say it in a negative, that means you want the final DOA, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. It's the universe. I already put that into fruition back in the original 2018, which I came from, which, you guys think, oh, that was a few years ago. It wasn't a few years ago. To maybe you minions, it was a few years ago, but to the Elohim, I mean, you don't know where I went, came from, left from, came back. You don't know how long that took. Because in your human time, that's all you have to relate to is human time. You don't know what no time means. The biofractal of fragmented life fragments. I could sit here and divulge myself in the lower entities I was speaking on earlier in a negative faction, but I won't, because that doesn't appease to what's coming in the very near future, because they're not a part of it. They're not a part of the future, except for the good ones that I said in a positive faction. I mean, you're literally at the conscious scale of grass that grows on a beach. Maybe you're at the same conscious level of, hay that, is growing on a field of horses. Maybe you're lucky enough to be like, some sort of a magic mushroom on cow dung. But in all honesty, your conscious level is low. And I don't care because you're not my friend. Anyways, I'm probably going to go eat something here soon as I divulge into the third dimension just before I close my eyes for 36 seconds, which is all the sleep I get in an evening, is 36 seconds. And when I temporarily close my eyes and pretend I can't hear anything, I'll digest the third dimension tonight. And if it doesn't please me, then I'll probably spit it out of my belly if it disgusts me. In or out of the yard, I've never lost a one-on-one fight in my entire life. So never, not one time, in the yard or outside the yard, ever. And you know what? My reputation is so clean and so fucking good. I mean, even my other familia. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, they even put their own name on me. You know what I mean? Because I'm that reliable.